kill you, motherfucker. You crazy? I don't know the fuck you think you're playing with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up. I don't play no motherfucking games.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna.
No one saw this coming. Backstage at the first official Floyd Mayweather vs. Terence Crawford showdown, the atmosphere was electric and tense. Voices got louder, nerves wore thin, and security had to step in to keep two of boxing's finest from brawling before the cameras even started rolling. The exact words exchanged are still a mystery. But one thing was clear. This was far from a friendly meet and greet. It was pride against legacy, history clashing with history in a way the sport hasn't seen in years. And when they finally faced each other directly, the intensity didn't ease up, it grew stronger. As the lights lit up the room, both fighters tried to hide it, but Floyd's eyes gave him away. This wasn't an act, a joke, or the playful persona he had perfected over decades. He was serious, focused. And Crawford, calm and collected on the surface, carried a quiet readiness, prepared to meet whatever challenge Floyd would throw his way.
This kid said he's been training every day, for years, every day in boxing. I'm somewhere in Aruba, in the Bahamas, in Dubai. I'm traveling the world on my...
At first, the discussion seemed normal. Talk of contracts, negotiations, the usual back and forth over who deserves what. But the mood shifted instantly when the question of who truly rules this era was brought up.
Can compare and contrast the fight between yourself?
Crawford leaned in, confident and assertive. Floyd's posture went stiff. For the first time in years, you could feel real frustration coming from Floyd. Not because of any disrespect from Crawford, but because deep down, he knows exactly why this matchup is happening. And the world knows it, too. The spark that lit all of this, Canelo Alvarez's bold claim that Crawford has now surpassed Floyd.
If you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Just one comment, and the internet exploded. Crawford beats Canelo, becomes the new face of boxing, and suddenly fans are whispering something no one has dared say about Floyd in years. Could it be that someone has actually surpassed Mayweather?
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
That's the real spark. The line no one dares to cross with Floyd. It's the reason he's standing here at 47, locking eyes with one of the most dangerous fighters in the world.
Mayweather Jr. is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claim that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. Very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, when after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound for pound fighter, right now, many people are saying, hey, Shouldn't he be considered one of the greatest fighters of all?
As the face-off ended, the press conference took over and the intensity stayed high. This wasn't the talkative, playful Floyd we've seen in the past. This time, he was all business. Calm, sharp, and completely focused. No jokes, no showmanship. Every word was about legacy. Floyd wants this fight because he refuses to let anyone rewrite history or take away the spot he has earned.
I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
And then there's Crawford, standing across the room, calm, steady, studying Floyd like he's just another opponent on his path. For Crawford, this isn't about proving himself. He's already beaten Errol Spence, dominated Canelo, and silenced every doubter along the way. Does he need a win over Floyd? Not even close. But does he want it? Absolutely.
Yo, yeah, so if even pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
In the early days of his career, Crawford would dodge the question whenever someone asked if he could beat Mayweather. He never gave a bold answer. Never chased that storyline. But that was a long time ago.
I have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
No.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Javante Davis.
Can I beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no.
As the reporters fired off questions, Floyd's irritation became clear. It wasn't about anything Crawford actually said. It was about what he represents. A new champion, a new standard, the man now seen as the best in the sport. And Floyd, he can't stand it.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number 1, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy, you know what I'm saying, accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades, you know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight. That's a win for the whole world of boxing. Every generation, from Floyd's generation to this generation, to get to see it come. That's just like, we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
Then the talk turned to Floyd's upcoming exhibition with Mike Tyson. And let's be honest, no one is treating this like a real fight. It's pure entertainment. 2 legends stepping into the ring, putting on a show, and collecting a huge paycheck.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting. for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and you know, like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like, I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting.
But you can't ignore one thing. It's Mike Tyson. And if Tyson lets his emotions get the best of him, remember, he's had a long-standing dislike for Floyd. Even as a spectacle, this exhibition could turn unpredictable and possibly dangerous.
Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
Unless we're talking about Floyd, and listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all times, right? We all gotta believe that, but we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
But here's the reality. No exhibition with Tyson comes close to this fight. The moment Crawford's name comes up, Floyd's whole attitude changes. Gone is the showman, the money persona. What you see is Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated fighter, the man who went 50-0, the competitor who has been itching for a serious comeback. He knows that beating Crawford now would silence every argument about his legacy for good. And Crawford understands that, too. Taking down Floyd, even at his age, would lock in his place among boxing's all-time greats. This isn't just business. Crawford knows exactly how dangerous Floyd is.
Back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
After beating Canelo, a lot of people thought Crawford would hang up his gloves. He had already proven everything. He was the undisputed pound-for-pound king, had beaten a bigger opponent that no one gave him a shot against, and in the eyes of many, had already locked in his legacy.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. Because as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin.
But Crawford deliberately picked the hardest challenge. He wants Floyd because he wants to end the debate once and for all. He's not okay with fans saying, sure, he's great, but he never faced Floyd. He doesn't want any lingering comparisons. He wants the clear, final statement of beating the man who ruled boxing for 2 full decades.
Terence Crawford couldn't have an error to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favored? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ron keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
On top of everything, Crawford is a true competitor. One of the rare fighters left who truly wants real challenges. He's not interested in easy wins. Even when taking those risks brings criticism, which it does, he doesn't back down. People are asking, why face an aging Floyd? Why not fight someone like Boots Ennis? And to be fair, those are reasonable questions.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. Obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his...
4 years, fans, fighters, and analysts alike have insisted that Boots Ennis is the matchup Crawford should go after. Ennis is that rare opponent whose style truly tests Crawford. Switch hitting, explosive, technically sharp, and dangerous from every angle.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height,
know, they both switch hitters, left and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So sure. I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I gotta go with
And it's not just the fans making noise. Boots Ennis himself has been relentless, publicly calling out Crawford, hungry for that challenge, wanting to face the man widely seen as the best of this era. Yet every time Crawford is asked about it, he shuts it down without hesitation, insisting he has no interest and that the fight wouldn't do anything for him.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh, well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, you know, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. You know, because we always seen him win and fly in color. A fashionate way, you know, to where we say, oh man, he's cold, he's skillful, but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. So me fighting Boots would be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not a mega fight. It's gonna sell a little bit because of your name and what you just...
Still, the talk about a possible fight with Boots hasn't died down at all. In fact, the more Crawford stays away from it, the louder and more persistent those debates become.
Fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and the fight that stylistically would be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards.
But to that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
A prime fighter going against a legendary prime. That's the dream matchup hardcore fans crave. But here's the truth. Crawford has already beaten undisputed Spence and taken down Canelo. Chasing someone like Boots Ennis isn't necessary. This fight with Floyd isn't about the challenge inside the ring. It's about making history. Beat Boots, and people nod. Nice fight. Beat Floyd, and the conversation doesn't fade for decades. It's remembered, debated, and celebrated for the next 30 years.
Fight the best. Well, I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next, it can be Spence next, it can be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. Because, you know, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. Man, and we're just gonna keep doing what I do best. And that's just being me.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Crawford has the size advantage over Floyd. He packs more power, is younger, and stays busier in the ring. But the hardest part about facing Floyd isn't landing a big shot, it's actually connecting at all. Crawford might come out strong, controlling the early rounds, or Floyd could flip the script entirely, turning the fight into a defensive masterclass and testing Crawford's patience and accuracy.
Wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him lightweight. He jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference.
At the press conference, Floyd focused on legacy, wealth, and earning respect, while Crawford's words centered on challenge, competition, and proving his value in the ring.
Boy bad. On defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam. Man, that boy bad. Floyd had the best defense in boxing history. Hitting you with shots that you don't see, that's where Floyd mastered. You know, hitting, not good. A lot of people, they give him credit now, but they didn't.
That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss any of our future content. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.